All right, tabletop war gamers, this is Epic Fox again. Thanks for checking out another one of my videos here. Moving along with the 6mm Napoleonic project, specifically the French here, and I am about ready to field a French army if they had an opponent. So I placed a very large order from Bacchus the other day. Let's see, I got a whole British Peninsular Army, about the same size as the French force. I got the line infantry, the cavalry, riflemen, skirmishers, etc., light infantry, commanders, a couple pieces of artillery. So, assuming I can get those painted up in a reasonable time, we will be playing black powder very soon with 6mm. The other thing is, oh yes, along with that order, I also placed a very large order of Russians, 6mm Russians, but I am not going to be basing those as you see down below. I will be basing those for Blucher. So I have a French force ready for Blucher and soon to also have a Russian force ready for Blucher. I'm using black powder to do early war and Blucher to do late war Napoleonics. So a little bit of variety there in uniforms, etc. I think it'll be fun. Anyway, going back down below in front of us, I have, like I said, the 6mm Napoleonics by Bacchus. These are the continuation of the French forces that I've displayed in a previous video. The previous video, I believe I showed you, let's see, 4 line infantry regiments, and along with their accompanying skirmishers, as well as an artillery piece, I believe. That was about it, if I remember correctly. That was all that I had completed at the time. So now I officially have what you would consider uh, a small regiment of Napoleonic infantry. I have the 4 line battalions as well as the 1 light battalion. The light battalion is what you see down in front of all the forces actually. So I managed to finish up 2 battalion or squadrons of cavalry, and one of them is the Lancers and the other is the Chasseurs. And those were the remainder from my Blucher project. So I did in Blucher, I did 1 stand each, 1 brigade of Lancers, 1 brigade of Chasseurs. I believe in my Blucher video when I was showing those, I think I called the Chasseurs cuirassiers, which obviously, these are 6mm, so you may not have noticed, or you may not even been paying attention, or you may not even have watched the video. Anyway, that brigade of cuirassiers was actually chasseurs. Um, I also, going back to a minute ago when I was telling you about my order here, I did order some more French cavalry. I ordered the carabiners as well as, who else did I get? I think I got the cuirassier. So that's going to put us in good standing with both Blucher and black powder. Black powder, I'll have a good wide variety of options there to field, whether I want to go with light cav, heavy cav, a mixture of both, or all of it. Either one, either way we go. It should be a lot of fun. Anyway, going back down below, sorry guys, getting sidetracked and distracted here. But going down below us, I also managed to finish up uh, 5 command stands. The Napoleon down there in the center, in between the battalions and squadrons of cavalry. Um, I had originally started him before in my previous video. However, I hadn't finished his servant. Who is that? Razam? I can't remember his name. Anyway, I hadn't finished his servant or his aide de camp that I have down there on him. And I also finished up another 4 command stands with varying number of figures, varying poses of figures, etc. That should give me a wide variety, and those will actually be used in both Blucher as well as black powder. Um, they'll be able to be swapped out between both games, so that's cool. That I am with Blucher and black powder. I am not doing separate artillery or separate command stands. It'll all be using the same basing system for artillery and command stands. So that'll save some time in painting, some money in purchasing the same exact, duplicate models of figures I already have. And, anytime you can save yourself time and money, that is a very good thing. That's 2 for 1. But anyway, so with the black powder artillery, once again, like I said, I'm basing them the same. However, with the exception, there are a few brigades in Blucher that when I base them, I include artillery on the base, such as Napoleon's Old Guard brigades. They have their 12-pound foot artillery on the bases with them. So that's a different topic, a different subject altogether. But that is an exception to where I can't use the artillery from that base in black powder. But for the most part, all of my artillery is being based on 40 by 40 millimeter bases, to where I can combine 2 or maybe even 3 of them to make a artillery unit in Blucher, or use them by themselves for artillery pieces in black powder. So I am very excited about my Napoleonic projects I got going on. I've been learning a lot about the war in general, different campaigns, different battles, as well as different uniforms. I have many Osprey books, many Osprey um, uniform books, and I picked those up actually very, very cheap. Um, I think I paid on average about between $4 and $5 for each of them, and I have a stack of them. I have probably 10 or 15 of them now, ranging from, pretty much all. I got pretty much all the French books, with the exception, I think, of the general one and the field marshals, and I got the majority of the British. I have a couple, I think both the Portuguese, both the Spanish. So we're moving along in my reference material as well. I do need to pick up a Russian book or two, because I got some Ruskies on the way here. But anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble there. I'm going to go ahead and zoom out, and then we will take a close up look at some of these figures. First, we'll take a look at Napoleon here. And let's see if we can get that camera to focus. 6 millimeter is, I'll take my hand away and it focuses. So there's Napoleon right there. You can tell on his white horse, and obviously his famous looking outfit there. I think he's very recognizable. He has an aide-de-camp on foot down below by his side, as well as his servant back there. He's facing the other way though. So that is Napoleon. He came out pretty good. I think he's very recognizable, even being 6 millimeter. Being down here on the table from here, you may not be able to tell. Let me get that back in focus, but because the lighting just isn't right for this distance of filming. But even me standing straight up, looking down at that figure, I can tell it's Napoleon. Of course, I am somewhat knowledgeable about Napoleonics, so. But if you are, I'm fairly confident that even standing straight up, a foot or two away from the table, you can look down and easily recognize that as Napoleon. We'll go ahead and take a look at another commander here. Let me see if I can get the focus to change once again. Let's try and do this two-handed. Yeah, two hands worked. So this guy is probably going to be some sort of cavalry commander, low-level cavalry commander. And you can see he has the hussar-like coat hanging over his shoulders. And I wasn't going to attempt the laces on that coat. I just didn't feel comfortable doing so. But he did come out pretty good for the most part. Unique looking figure. So once again, low-level commander there. And then I have another French commander. I believe the commander is more than likely going to be the one on foot, possibly, and the aide-de-camp is the one on horseback. Who knows? Or maybe they're both equal rank and just happen to be coming up arguing about a situation. Who knows? But that is that command stand. I think I do need to touch that guy up on foot a little bit. I haven't clear coated these guys, so I do have a little bit of leeway with touch-ups, etc. Here is another commander. I'm getting better with 6mm. This guy was kind of sloppy. This is one of the first commanders I painted. I kind of put him to the side because he was a little sloppy, but now he's back in business because I need commanders. And here's another commander, obviously on the black horse with the white coat. He has a trumpeter, a chasseur trumpeter with him. We can pretend it's not a chasseur though. We can pretend it's his guard. Anyway, that sword was really rough. I tried to clean it up the best I could. Didn't really work too good, but once again, from when it's down on a table, can't really tell too much that it's so rough. Anyway, we'll take a look at the light infantry here. You can see the early war flag there. Their big plumes on their shakos, green cords. Other than that, very similar uniform to regular line infantry. So that is the command stand for the light infantry, and of course it will contain 2 more stands. There's one stand. And there's the 3rd stand. And then we have the chasseurs, which is a total of 6 stands. 5 of them look just like these guys right here, 4 to a base. And the command stand looks something like this. Now this is actually 2 squadrons. I'll probably be using 3 bases of these guys to signify 1 squadron. So, or you can split it up, use 2 bases for a small squadron, 1 for a tiny, and then you can increase for larger sizes, etc. The Lancers, I only have 5 bases for. Here's the first stand. I only have 5 bases for, and that is because I lost a miniature. I have 3 more Lancers all painted up, ready to go. I don't know what happened to the 4th one that would make my 6th base. I looked all over for it. I think it's gone. So if anybody watching out there happens to have a single Bacchus 6mm French Lancer that they would like to sell me or send to me, I don't care. I'd pay shipping for it. I'd pay for the miniature. I just don't want to order a whole new pack of Lancers. In the US, I think they come out to about $10 a pack plus shipping when you convert to US dollars. So I don't really want to do that for one 6mm figure. Here's the command stand for the Lancers with the early war flag hand painted. Try to do my best on that one. I think it looks okay from afar. If you go up and scrutinize it in close detail, yeah, you can probably pick it apart pretty good. Anyway, there is the chasseur command stand. Flag bearer in the center, commander on our right, trumpeter on our left, and that is them. You may notice that I did the cavalry on thinner bases, not as deep bases. So the infantry I've all been doing on 20 or 40 by 20, and these ones I did on 40 by 15. That is because DBA AHX, as you know, almost all my games where I base multiple figures on a base, I almost always base them for gaming in DBX system. This suits infantry just fine on the 40 by 20, but cavalry is 40 by 30 in a DBA game. I didn't want these guys based 40 by 30 for black powder, so I put them on 40 by 15. That way, if you put 2 of them together, one behind the other, like so, you have 1 cavalry element in a game of DBA HX. So that's why I did that. I'm a multiple use guy in my miniatures. I'm always looking to get the most game systems out of a single basing method. So I'd be doing some weird stuff, strange things over here, create a lot more work take a lot more energy, etc. But in the end, I think it'll be well worth it, and hopefully avoid any rebasing issues anytime in the near future. So anyway, I think I've rambled on quite enough. I think I was gonna I thought I was gonna get through with this video in about 5 minutes, and it's now gone on 3 times that long. But you know what? That's Epic Fox for you. So anyway, guys, thanks for checking it out once again. I appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the likes, and all the subscriptions you guys are hooking me up with. It does not go unnoticed, and once again, it means an awful lot to me. So thank you very much, and stay safe out there. And I'll be putting another one up hopefully here pretty soon, maybe after the holidays. We'll see here, guys. Take care. Bye bye.